So good morning, everybody. A very, very warm welcome to our 2025 budget breakfast briefing. Would you believe we have 300 people in the room today, many of whom are familiar faces, and it's great to see you all here at Trinity Park at the Suffolk Showground. The venue is ready for the festive period. There is an enchanted forest theme here at Trinity this year, and we've certainly embraced that in our presentations and this morning's event. I'm also delighted to welcome over 400 people online today, which makes this one of our biggest events ever. So welcome to everybody. The event grows year to year, which is great to see and rewarding for all of those from the team at Scrutton Bland who work very hard to pull this event together in the weeks and the days and the hours before today's presentation, just following the Chancellor's announcements yesterday. So as managing partner, I'm incredibly proud and feel privileged to have your support and engagement with us here this morning. But hasn't this year been a really busy year? I think everybody in the room will resonate with that, and I think those online will too. It's been a really, really busy year, and everybody is talking about that at the moment. And it's certainly been a very, very busy year at Scrutton Bland. So before we move on to our commentary of the budget, I just want to share with you a video about what Scrutton Bland has been up to.
1919, the world was rebuilding. And in the east of England, two men saw opportunity in the uncertainty. Both began practices to help people navigate the complex challenges of a changing world. Two firms, 1 year, a shared belief. The better advice builds stronger futures. They grew through changing times as the world faced depression, conflict and recovery. While the NHS was born, penicillin discovered, and astronauts reached the moon, lasting foundations were laid. From paper to digital, from local to regional, their values held firm. In 1990, over 70 years of progress came together. Scrutton, Goodchild and Sanderson merged with Bland and Fielden, and Scrutton Bland was born. In the years since, a bold evolution has taken shape. What began as two small practices is now a regional firm with national strength. Quick to adapt, early to innovate, always looking ahead. New partners joined, new ways of working emerged. Stronger together, through challenge, through change, through every milestone. What's driven us forward isn't just strategy or scale. It's the belief that real progress starts with people. This is where the future begins. Built on experience, strengthened by resilience, and guided by the trust we've earned. For more than a century, we've helped our clients grow, adapt, and succeed. A commitment that remains at the heart of everything we do. The story of Scrutton Bland has always been one of strength and trust, and that foundation will guide us confidently into the future.
So when I stood here just over a year ago at our 2024 event, I announced that we just made our first acquisition, Jacobs Allen in Bury St Edmunds, which we soon integrated into our relatively newly opened Bury office. In February of 2025, we acquired Tile & Co in Colchester, a long-standing Colchester-based practice which is now integrated in our Colchester office. And finally, at the end of September, you may have noticed from our video that Scrutton Bland expansion continues. We now have a presence in Norfolk. We acquired Argent's Chartered Accountants in Norwich, a very well-respected practice, very aligned with very aligned values to that of Scrutton Bland. So we now operate in Essex, Suffolk and Norfolk and hope to build and grow our strong reputation for delivering the very best client-focused advice in a way where people are at the heart of everything that we do. So a particular warm welcome to the clients of all three practices and the great team of talented people working within those practices that now join the Scrutton Bland family. Now, it won't have escaped you that at the end of the video, the Scrutton logo and colours had changed. I'm delighted to share with you all for the first time our rebranding. This takes effect from the end of tomorrow. You will see more and more of this over the forthcoming weeks and months as we share our updated colours, our fonts and our logos. So you saw it here first. So let's get back to the agenda for this morning. The long-awaited next instalment from Rachel Reeves, which was delivered yesterday lunchtime. Firstly, do you all realise that yesterday was the last Wednesday of autumn? Had it been a week later, we would have had a winter budget rather than an autumn budget. It's a very, very late budget. Many say that this has allowed the Chancellor more time to plan, more time to think, more time to decide. The opposition branded it as a shambles. But business owners across the land are frustrated. They're struggling to cope with a hike in national insurance earlier this year and the inflation-busting increase to the national minimum wage as they try to build and grow their businesses. Ahead of the budget announcements on Tuesday of this week, further minimum wage rises were announced for 1st of April 2026 of a further 8.5%, increasing anxiety still further as to how SMEs can prosper with such enforced increases to their staff costs. Unemployment is now at the highest level for over 4 years, and if that wasn't enough, the timing and late delivery of the 2025 budget announcements are rumoured to knock some 0.2% off GDP in 2026. And this is a really big deal because remember, the GDP in the UK economy only grew by 0.1% in the third quarter of 2025. On top of this, the delays lead to heaps of rumours and predictions about what might or might not be included. We've heard of national insurance to be applied on rental income, annual property taxation on high-value homes, extending the freeze on income tax and national insurance thresholds, taking away cash ISAs, pension taxation, both on the lump sum withdrawals and reducing higher rate tax relief on contributions going in, and exit taxes on individuals leaving the UK. Speculation has been rife, often increased by the Chancellor herself. But what is clear is the predicted black hole in the public finances, which, leading up to yesterday, was purported to be well in excess of £22 billion, that both tax rises and spending cuts were on the table. The Chancellor has, however, remained resolute and keen to share her three top priorities: to cut the cost of living, to cut NHS waiting lists, and to cut national debt. But how can all this be achieved when, on top of disappointing economic results, the 2024 election manifesto promised not to increase income tax, national insurance, or VAT for what they describe as the working people? Let's hear from our speakers who can fill in the gaps and provide insight and commentary on the announcements that the Chancellor made, which she says will rebuild our economy. First is Luke Morris with his thoughts on the economic climate and outlook following yesterday's announcements. Then Graham Doubtfire running through the personal tax changes, and following Graham Doubtfire is Simon Hurren dealing with capital taxes. Then on to Sam Stent running through the long-awaited property tax changes and residency tax changes, and then it's back to me for business and corporate tax changes. We will have you away by 10 a.m. this morning. Thank you, and let me hand over to our first speaker, Luke.